Alright guys, so when you go on here, I suggest gluing these down so you have reference to them. The middle hue right here is your pure hue, so do your main color that you're doing, whatever your color you're choosing for your monochromatic color scheme. From here you're going to get lighter. Now here I know it looks pure white, but we don't want a pure white in this, so you want this to be your lightest blue value. Okay, so I have my little mixing palette right here. I'm going to take some blue to start off with, put it off to the side, and I'm just going to take a little bit of white and just do my first little value change. You don't want it to be too crazy, alright, just a little bit, because if you get too quickly too light, you won't have enough values. So I have just a nice little change there, and I'm going to paint that there. Now if you paint it and you don't think it looks like there's a value change, just add more white to it. Okay, so I might decide that I need a little bit more white into that and put that there. Alright, and then I'm going to go to the next one and I'm going to add more white again. So there's that. Alright, and then my last one is going to be almost all white. So I really want that to be a light, light blue. I'm going to be honest, I got too much glue on my paintbrush. Okay, so there you go. And then when you do your darker values, do that with black, but be careful. You can have this value be pretty close to black, but there should still be a little bit of hue into it. And you want to make sure that you are cleaning your brush off before you go into it, because you don't want it to be gray. Okay, so make sure you clean that brush. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of my blue. I'm going to take just a tiny, tiny bit of black. I mean, like, this is the littlest amount of black. It does not take a lot. Paint that there. It's just slightly darker. These are very slight values. Putting a little bit more black in there. Now if you paint it and it looks the exact same, add a little bit more. So I'm going to add a little bit more to mine. There we go. And then my last one. Black and blue. Now in the video, if you're like, you don't see the color changes, I'm going to have this hanging up on the board so you can go look on the board to see the changes. But that's going to give me my value. So now when you go in here and you start doing your paint, you might number and decide, okay, which one is your lightest value. So of course here, your whites, which would be your lightest number one, you might say, okay, where am I going to have those lighter values? So I'm going to have that here and here and here, okay? So you kind of know where that number one is. And then you might decide, where's my number two going to be? And you're going to put that and label that 2. Okay, so you kind of know where those 2's are. So you'll notice 1 and 2 transition a little bit. Alright, and then so on. So you can do 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and label accordingly. Alright, and then you'll just start your painting. And remember, you're being graded on clean edges. Take your time, good use of mixing. Yeah, that should be it.